Welcome to Stacey to my go.
Thank you, sweet Emma, and awesome dad, Kevin, and your mom, wherever she is.
That's right. She is downstairs listening, I'm sure. So thank you very much. Well, we have 15 questions for you. Emma's going to read the questions. We put them up on the screen so people can read along.
Okay.
And then, so the first 10 are about you. The last 5 are about Disney and what you would choose and stuff like that. So let's get rocking. You ready?
Yeah.
Number 1.
Okay. Okay.
Deep breath.
Uh,
Okay.
Maybe should we just scream and just go like, ah, and then get all.
Or the character.
She can do the Kermit arm. Remember, you must do this.
Yeah.
I made it fun.
Yeah.
All right, come on, do your question.
Okay.
Number 1.
When did you become a Disney fan, and what is your first Disney park memory?
Well, I was a Disney fan when I was a little girl. I loved the movie Lady and the Tramp. I loved all the Disney movies. And so it was always this literally magical place that I always wondered about. And I never went there until 2005 was my first time at Disney World.
Wow. That's an
when
introduction.
I started doing the host for, well, then the top 7 must-sees. Yes. So my first Disney park memory is in 2005 when I was there with this amazing opportunity. How's that?
That's got to be the best first memory we've heard so far, huh?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. You ready?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, what's your first memory? When did you come? Okay, what? You have a follow-up?
Yeah, this might be in the recording now.
Well, go ahead.
You know, Animal Kingdom recently turned 24, correct?
Animal Kingdom just turned 24.
Mm-hmm.
And?
I'm also 24, and we were both, well, Animal Kingdom opened on Earth Day, which was back on April 1998, and my birthday is the 10th of April 1998.
So
where we always 12 days? 12 days?
11, 12 days, something like that.
12 days over the Animal Kingdom.
Wow.
She likes to remember that park is the same age as her.
Yeah.
That's why it's one of her favorites.
I am not 24, but I love Animal Kingdom and I love you, Emma. So that's great. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
All right. Number 2.
As a kid, what did you want to be when you grew up? How does that relate to what you do now?
Such great questions. Goodness. Well, as a kid, I was a competitive roller skater. And I started dance. I started taking ballet to help that. And so I fell in love with ballet and dance. And so I knew that I wanted to perform. And so I was a professional ballerina for many, many years, and modern dance and flamenco and all styles of dance. And then I was a teacher and choreographer, and that kind of moved me into acting. And then voice acting. So I always knew I was going to perform from the time I was very little. My family will tell you that I was always putting on a show. I was always doing the one-woman nutcracker in the living room, and I was always doing something to perform. So I've done other jobs, but I knew that I wanted to perform. And so it completely relates to what I do now. I'm not dancing anymore, but my background as a dancer and as an actor on camera definitely swings into my voiceover work and then my hosting of my web show and just being a performer. I think it's in my blood. I think I have sparkly lights in my veins.
Isn't that cool?
Blood.
Like
Wow.
Disney magic.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Disney magic too, huh?
Exactly. And I think you do too.
Oh, Emma can be a ham. She loves it. She loves doing this because she loves meeting people. And it's a great way to do it, especially during the pandemic way back when she started. So it's been awesome.
Yes.
What?
I do have another fun fact before we get on to number 3.
Another fun fact?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you are also a voice actor or actress, as they call it, I actually know a voice actor. His name is Mark Silverman.
She's interviewed Mark Silverman, and she loves that. She loves that ride, but she's also a fan of voice actors, and one of her favorites is this guy. We got a picture of because we had to hunt it down on the internet. It's Paul Frees.
Oh wow!
And I said, if that's not a classic radio announcer kind of pose and everything.
Yes. So they put the ear like this.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But she's a fan. She loves that. All righty, you ready for number 3?
Yeah.
Okay.
What drew you to working with Disney on Must Do Disney, and what was the audition progress like?
Well, I was living in North Carolina at the time, and I went to Atlanta, Georgia, for an audition for something else. And while I was there, the casting director said, we have this other project for Disney parks that's going to be tomorrow, but since you're here today, we'll put you on tape and you can audition for that today. Wow. So I said, okay. So they gave me some audition copy, which was part of the Summit Plummet experience. And they put me on tape. And then funnily enough, my mom was visiting at the time. So she had driven with me to Atlanta. So she was there with me, my lucky charm. And a few days later, they called me and said, actually, you need to come back because you have a callback to meet the director. So I went back to Atlanta and did the callback for the director. And very shortly after that, because they had been looking for a while, I was told, and they were kind of running out of time to get someone picked to start the shooting process. So a few days later, they called and said, they picked me. And I screamed. And then I just went, oh my goodness, what have I done? Because I had never done anything like this before. I had never done hosting like that, straight to the camera. I had never been to Disney World. It was just all these firsts. But like I kind of live my life even to this day is I just leap and I believe the net will appear. I believe that it will work out. And I believe that sometimes people or things know better than me. And I'm put where I'm supposed to be. And so I just went with it. And I said, okay, let's do it. And so I learned all the words as fast as I could. And it was 25 pages of a lot of dialogue. And I got on the plane and the rest is history. And 15 years later, there you go.
You're amazed, I think, huh?
Yeah.
When you said North Carolina, I think we were living in South Carolina when she was there, when she was in North Carolina.
Yeah.
So that kind of puts it in your mind what time it was. Yeah. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So the top 7 must-sees started on 5/5/2005.
Oh, wow. So anniversary is what, 2 days from now? Yeah.
Oh, wait,
May 5th?
old is it? Yeah.
Well, 2005.
After Star Wars Day, that's tomorrow.
Yes.
Day
after Star Wars Day. Oh, the kids today have different calendars than I.
It's true. It's like donut day and
pie day.
And pie, exactly.
Oh my goodness. All right. Are you ready for number 4?
Yeah.
Okay. Here's number 4.
You did Must Do Disney for 15 years or so. How did the role you played change over the years? Did you update segments often?
Yes, 15 years. And fun fact, it was only supposed to be for 1 year.
Oh.
And they just kept extending it and asking me back. And so 1 year turned into 15. I always say it's the longest 1 year gig I've ever had. And I'm so grateful. So the role really, the interesting part of it was that because if you look at the top 7 must-sees and then Must Do Disney and all the different versions, there's things in there from all different parts of that whole span. So my role, the cool challenge about it is that I was still me, but I had to match myself. I had to look the same. I had to have the same energy. So it didn't look weird.
Yeah.
So when you watched it, you didn't say, oh, is that Stacey? Where, so this way it was almost like, because people will say, oh, that wasn't from 2005. And then that maybe that piece was from 2008 or that piece was from 2010. So that was kind of cool to try to match my own self. I had to be my own voice match and my own body match. And so the segments, they weren't on a schedule. It was when things needed to be updated, or for example, when there was a new attraction in the top 7, when Expedition Everest came out, they needed me to experience that. So they could add that to it. And then Must Do Disney, all the different upgrades and changes. Sometimes I went to Disney World to do it. And sometimes I would just do it in a recording studio like I am in now.
No, just the voiceovers.
Just the voiceover piece.
Yeah. Okay. You got any follow-ups on that one?
Yeah.
What?
I didn't see the update for the recent one.
Oh, we haven't seen whatever they're using now, huh?
Well, we know they changed it, but they can put Must Do Disney.
Yeah, they just changed whatever it is. Yeah. It's not the same.
Oh,
Well,
I mean, COVID changed that.
Yeah,
I mean, it was
it
going to
did.
be there. And then, but you know what? I kind of have to believe that, I mean, I can't be sad. I can't be mad or bitter or any of that. I'm just incredibly grateful for the opportunity. I get to meet wonderful people like you guys, and whatever happened is going to live on forever. We always have that. And so for whatever reason, as horrible as COVID was, however we want to be thinking about it, for me, I think of it as a blessing that for whatever reason, things had to change. And change doesn't always mean that it's bad. It just means that it's going to be different. So I don't know what's there now or what's going on, but I'm incredibly grateful for all of the time and the love and the kindness and the happiness that I got to participate in and have come my way.
Emma's mom, Melissa, we were talking about it earlier I guess in the last week. And she said, the tradition was you walk in, you have your bags, you go to the room, you turn the TV on and watch Stacey. I'm sure millions of people have done the same thing.
Yeah,
So that's pretty cool. Thank you for doing it.
Yeah, I just remember the music.
You remember the music too, huh?
Yeah, it just popped in my head.
I'll bet it did. All right, let's do number 5. There you go.
What are some of your favorite memories of being the star?
The Stacey.
Oh, I didn't think Stacey.
Yeah.
Or camera in the way of the.
Because when you say Stacey to a Disney fan, they know exactly who you're talking about. So that's right.
What was the most challenging part of having that role?
Well, I am my parents' daughter, so I don't get too full of myself, as my mother would say. I try to keep my feet on the ground, and I am the one you saw, obviously, but I am by no means the only reason that everything happened. There was an incredible team of people, writers, producers, directors, cast members, production. I mean, everybody that made my life possible in that realm. They were part of that. They were a huge part of that. But, it was interesting as the years went on. When I would first be there, no one knew who I was or what this was. And so we would be in the parks filming and trying not to disrupt any guest's experience. But it was sort of like, you'd see people go like, who is that? Who's this big camera in her face? Like, what are these people doing? So as people got to know the show and recognize me over the years, it was fun because people would stop and watch us while we're filming wherever we were in the parks. And so it was kind of cool because I am a performer. I would love when people would stand around and watch, because it was sort of like doing a taped performance, but live, because you had an audience. And then I got to meet people. And so I think, I mean, obviously doing all of the experiences and all of the attractions was amazing, and dancing with the characters. But I think definitely getting to meet the people who were in the parks, who appreciated it, who got inspired to maybe try something that I suggested. That was really, really cool. That meant a lot to me, and still does. And now on social media, getting to hear people's stories, and now people that literally were a kid are now getting married. And it's just, it's so neat to be a part of literally like a generation's life. It's neat. That's cool? Very, very important to me.
Those are the memories you remember, right? When you meet people and you have an impact in their lives, and them you, and just like you have with your channel.
I do have a quick about the filming.
Okay.
Did they get a part in the PD show where you meet Talking Mickey?
Oh, did they do a part where you met the Talking Mickey character?
I don't think I did that.
The one, yeah, you remember. That's who you're talking about?
Yeah.
The one that was able to do all that?
Yeah.
Yeah. You've got some videos where you did.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know if there was a segment with that on or not, because a lot of times
there was a segment with Crush, and obviously I met Minnie and Mickey in the parks, and that was fun, and got to tell Mickey and Minnie how much I love them, and Daisy and all of the characters. But I don't remember, and maybe someone out there is going to correct me, but I don't remember a Talking Mickey.
Yeah, if folks, I guess, that are watching, right? If they
but maybe
remember
comment
it, tell
and
them to
tell me
comment.
that I'm losing my mind.
Sounds good. All right.
I might be.
All right, here's number 6.
How did... Okay, I'm confused with how you wrote it.
Yeah. Yeah, I was typing quick. All right. How did doing Must Do Disney affect your career overall? Right?
Oh, okay.
What's the favorite role or part you've played since that time?
Oh.
Is that okay? Okay.
Well, definitely doing that role of being the host and thinking on your feet literally, and just having to be very present to your surroundings and in the moment and improvising. I mean, it's certainly made me a better actor, a better host. It's given me great, a lot of challenges, because kind of from the previous question, we had a very tight schedule. And so we had to get things, there was, we had 15 minutes to do this or 3 takes to do that. And so that was cool, because I like that challenge of having to know I only get to do it a couple of times, because we don't have time. We have to move on, and we can't get behind. Okay. So that's really, really cool. And, I always kind of feel like everything I'm doing is my favorite thing at the time, because I'm grateful for the opportunity. But I started my web show, VO Buzz Weekly, and that was a true labor of love, because myself and my partner, Chuck Duran, we wanted to put something good into the world that helped people and inspired people, and gave a little insight into habits and behaviors of successful people, and how they just kept pushing through the hard stuff, pushing through the no's and the you can't do that and that's impossible. And we all know impossible means I'm possible, right? So I'm grateful that, I had the chance to do that. And, I love to perform. I love to learn things. And I feel like every day I get to go to sleep knowing that I learned something and that I was better today than I was yesterday. Makes me feel like I had a successful day.
That sound familiar?
Yeah.
That's what you want to do, huh? There you go.
Well, I was on TV, remember?
Oh, yes.
Yes,
Emma was. Emma has raised money for an organization called Disability SA We're in San Antonio, Texas, so that's the essay piece.
Mhm.
And this year she raised enough, and she was what do you call, recognized, I guess, crowned queen of the royal court for Fiesta here in San Antonio this year. So
That's
she is
amazing.
she's done a lot of stuff, and she tends to be a little introverted like her dad, but she's willing to get out there and meet people, and she has a good time. And your goal with the channel is to inspire people, right? To make people not be scared to do what they want to do, to enjoy themselves. So it sounds like y'all have that in common.
Well, you are doing that for sure, Emma. You are doing that for sure. And I think that's such a beautiful thing, is that you want to give back to people and you want to share your triumphs and your hardships. And I absolutely know without a doubt that whoever is watching and listening to you is feeling a little more confident that they can do what they want to do because of you. It's amazing.
Yeah. It's not just the parents that think that. Other people do too. All right, you ready for the next one? Here's number 7.
Well, many people know of you from Walt Disney. You are also a voiceover actor or actress and host Real Blog Weekly.
Right.
What made you want to be a voice actor / actress? And what can people learn from your show?
That's a great question. Well, I love voiceover because I did do on-camera acting for a long time in theater, and I love voiceover because you're not seen and there's no limit. Your creativity is your only limit, really. I mean, you're telling stories and you're assuming characters, and you're a guide through a journey of whatever it is. But nobody is saying, oh, she doesn't look this way, or she's too old or too young or too this or not that. So I like that it is limitless in many, many ways. And I think that it allows me to be as creative as I believe I can be and want to be, because no one's telling me that, oh, you're only this tall and you can't, so I love that. I love that part, that there's really, the sky's the limit. And people can learn from VO Buzz Weekly that nothing bad can happen unless you stop trying and stop believing. And there's a lot of people out there that are just waiting to live their life because they need to have a certain amount of money. They need to have a certain job or a certain and you're going to wait your life away if you wait for everything to be perfect. And perfection is boring. Life is messy, and it's more interesting when it's messy, I think. So when we started the show, we didn't have the perfect set. We didn't have the perfect equipment. We didn't have anything. We just said, but we want to do this. And it just grew and grew and grew. And now I think that people can watch the show even from the beginning, and the set looks weird. And, it was like a different set every week. We'd be like, let's try flowers. Let's try a guitar. It was like, what are we doing? But the content was good. And the journey of what we were trying to help people to do, to believe in themselves and take a risk, whatever it was, has really worked, I think. And a lot of our fan base aren't even people in voiceover. A lot of them are people that just want to know how people became successful and what their sort of recipe and roadmap for getting from A to Z was.
There you go. Does that help? Yeah. What are you thinking?
I think it might be a little off topic.
Okay, not too far.
She
has a lot of rabbit trails.
Next year, let me point at segment. Next year is the 40th anniversary
of Epcot.
No, that's this year. I'm talking about the Imagination Pavilion.
Yeah, so the Imagination Pavilion, correct. Right. So what were you going to say?
Next year, the Imagination Pavilion at Epcot. The reason why I'm pointing at Figment.
Your Figment popcorn bucket. Yeah.
Look,
Okay.
that Figment is turning 4 years old next year.
That's cool.
Was
And
that,
I'm
is that
hoping
a hashtag fun fact, or is there more?
more.
Oh,
And I'm hoping Disney and Ron Schneider can do stuff with the Macaphoria.
they
Like
could
he can
bring back
bring-
Dreamfinder or something.
maybe.
Maybe.
I guess if ever they're doing a D23
A
thing,
D23. Yeah.
yeah, get more recognizable as a YouTuber.
Okay. We're kind of going all over now.
And
Can we come back?
yeah.
You want to hold on? We'll go back. Come on. All right, we're here.
Well,
Hey.
Yeah, I think she was thinking about, because she interviewed Ron Schneider, that was the original Dreamfinder at Epcot, and he talks about being a performer and how it was different being a one-on-one versus being at the Golden Horseshoe when he was in Disneyland, and making connections with people, and how people looked up to what he was doing and looked up to him as a character, right? So it's kind of, I see where you're going. I see the connections. They're all over. Yeah. All righty. Are you ready for number 8? Almost to the fun 5.
Can you tell us who your voice acting inspiration okay, has been over the years?
Hiccups? This show is real.
Have you gotten to meet any of them?
Oh.
Emma, you're a blast.
Yeah.
I have a lot of voice acting inspirations. I've gotten to meet so many people because of doing the show and just because of being in the industry. It's a really incredible industry of people that are very giving, very gracious, very humble, very just unlike a lot of the entertainment business. I mean, it's just a very special breed of humans. And so, I mean, you have icons that have been around doing it long before it was popular or even known, people like Rob Paulson and, just there's so many amazing. It's kind of like picking my favorite cat of mine. I have so many inspirations. I mean, I'm always listening and watching. Everyone I either get to work with or just, I admire them all. I know that's a very general answer, but it's generally specific because I really admire them all. And yes, a lot of them I've been so fortunate enough to call my friends. I will say that Chuck and I got to meet and spend some really wonderful time with June Foray. And she is just an incredibly, I mean, she was working into her 90s, not too long up until she passed away a few years ago. So, I look at someone like that who was paving the way for women, for voice actors. I mean, she was such an incredible example of someone who was constantly raising the bar and just so talented and so creative and such a classy, fun, elegant lady. So getting to meet her and spend some time with her was pretty special.
There you go. You've gotten to meet a lot of people that you never thought you would, including, right? There you go. Your inspirations. All right. Here is number 9.
Okay.
We're circling back a little bit, but there's number 9.
This is part of your ballerina inspiration. I saw that you have a degree in dance and that you are a champion roller skater. I cried roller skater once when I kept on my butt.
She kept falling on her butt.
My friend kept helping me get up.
You have to wear padded pants.
There you go.
Yeah, I think that was back in Tennessee, though.
It was.
That's really amazing.
Uh-huh.
What made you want to be a dancer, and how did you get into competitive
There you go. Good job.
roller skating?
Well, yes. Let's see. Okay, so my competitive roller skating came first because I have 4 sisters. And they're all my 4 older sisters. And so one of my sisters wanted to go roller skating for her birthday. And we were like little ducklings. When one went one way, we were like, doot, 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 doot. So if you found one of us, there'd be the 5 of us. So we said, okay, well, I'll go roller skating for her birthday. And she really is the reason why I'm probably sitting here today, because we fell in love with roller skating. We started competing. And then I started taking ballet to help with the choreography for roller skating, which led me to say, I want to go to Juilliard and I want to be a professional dancer. And then all of it just literally, when you make one choice in your life, it literally, when you think backwards on it, it literally shapes the whole thing. And one decision in either direction, just slightly differently, could have changed your life. So literally, my sister wanted to go skating for her birthday is responsible for my life. There you go.
There you go. You never know, right? Who influences you? You have to look back and see who has, huh? That's awesome.
Yeah.
All righty. Well, here's number 10. This is kind of the wrap up before we get to the fun 5. So, you ready?
Wait.
Okay.
There's a little off topic.
Okay.
Question.
How off topic? Go ahead.
I did hear you have one of your favorite cats.
Oh.
We actually have a cat.
You
have
do?
a cat too.
Yeah.
What is she? What kind is she?
Mignon. Her name is Mignon.
Uh-huh.
With a flip for a little kitty or a kitty?
Mignon. Mignon. Yeah.
Yes. Mignon.
And
she is an American short hair. And also she's a calico.
She's a calico.
Oh, so she's a sassy little girl, isn't she?
Yeah.
She likes to sit in front of the television and watch it.
But she's not doing that.
And chew on things when she's hungry or when she wants attention.
Those calicos, they are sassy little misses, aren't they? They're so pretty.
In the past, we had black cat where we live.
We've had a couple of black cats over the years. Yeah.
In South Carolina, we had a black cat named Toothless.
Toothless, yeah.
A credit arrow and a pipe. And apparently, somebody who used to put a really tight squeaker around his throat.
Yeah, we had kind of like a rescue cat, right? When we lived in South Carolina. Yeah. And we found him a home. So that was great.
Well, bless you for doing that. I have 4 cats and they're all rescues. I found them in the wild and bottle fed them. And I currently, I love animals. I'm vegetarian. I don't eat them. I don't wear them. I love animals and of all kinds, turtles, elephants, whatever if you're an animal, I love you. And so I moved recently and there were all these community cats that were just sort of stray cats that someone had either dumped or they were not feral cats. So anyway, long story short, I realized that nobody was looking out for these cats. So we're looking out for these cats now. We got them spayed and neutered. We trapped them humanely to get them spayed and neutered. And so now they are living the life. I rescued a turtle out of my pool the other day. I've got ducklings that have come into it. So literally, I'm like, my friends call me Snow White because literally,
that's cool.
Yeah. So I love taking care of animals, and I always believe that whatever animals find you, need you, they find you. So
there you go. You would love that, huh?
Oh, I forgot to tell you our first cat in Tennessee.
Okay. What about our first cat?
Our first cat was also a black cat. He was kind of big.
Yeah.
She came from a farm.
Yeah, she was living outside in a farm.
And her name is Sophie.
Her name was Sophie because we had a sofa sleeper with arms, and the cat would climb up underneath the arms inside the sofa and sleep there when she was little. So we called her Sophie the sofa cat. We
Isn't
wanted to
it
write a book,
amazing?
but
We
we never
always
did.
find the tiniest, like where you don't want them to go. They're like, oh,
That's
I'm
it.
gonna go. Yes.
For the first few days, we never saw her. We just left the food and water out. She would come out, eat, and go back in.
Mm-hmm.
And when we first brought Kubrick in to our house in South Carolina, he immediately went straight underneath my bed.
Yeah, they like to
Yeah,
hide,
they like
especially when
to.
they're nervous.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right. Are you ready to go back to questions?
Look,
Okay.
back on topic.
Back on topic. All right. Number 10.
How and where can my friends and viewers learn more about you and what you do?
Well, that's sweet of you to ask. Well, let's see. We have a VO Buzz Weekly YouTube channel. I am on social media. I'm not on there every day, all day, but I'm on Instagram and Facebook and not really doing Twitter much, but at Stacey J. Aswad. And then I have my website, staceyjaswad.com. So I'll post here and there, but I kind of, people have busy lives. So, but I do know that in September, the end of September, Give Kids the World is doing their charity event, and I will be there for that at the end of September. So you can go to Give Kids the World Village. You can go to their Instagram or their website and learn about, how you can be there, because I'll be doing a panel, I believe. And so I look forward to seeing anyone there who can come the end of September.
Is this the one that's going to be at Disney World?
Yeah,
Disney. It is?
Yeah, they're doing there's a special night at Epcot on Saturday night. I think it's what is it, September 30th, and October 1st that night. They're doing it.
There you go.
So
well, we saw Mark Silverman posted that he was going to be at the DizCon. And I told Emma, and she's like, because we're planning to go the first week of October. I said, maybe we have to move it forward a little bit and be able to go to the conference too, huh?
But the only problem is we're just going to be at the conference the whole few days.
Well, depending, you can go for certain things, but yeah. Oh, that's cool. Well, we'll put the stuff out there for that too, right?
They can see Mark and Mr. Craig, right?
Craig?
Yeah, the guy who usually helped out with the website.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know who you're talking about. And potentially. There you go. That would be cool.
Oh, sorry about that. I know we're done with number 9 now.
Yes, we are. We're done with number 10. We're up to the fun 5.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to try to make these fun. Let's see.
Are we ready?
Not yet. When you get into the world village, we actually spoke with a guy who actually worked with them.
Yeah, you interviewed someone from Give Kids the World. Yeah.
His name is Mr. Omar.
And you bought some stuff from their auction last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
There's this amazing group of people, what they do. Yeah.
The story is really,
I'm really excited to be there this year.
I never heard their story before, and the interview she did was really good. It was a lot of good background. Okay, come on, bro. You got questions to ask.
Oh, no. This one wasn't at the auction. This was for the Pick on Card auction.
Yeah, well, it was the same event.
Oh, cool.
It's a jacket from the Celebrated Dream Come True parade. This is what the cast members got for the opening day.
Nice.
So they had that in the auction, and we got one for Emma in her size. But
that looks nice with your ears.
There you go. All right, let's do questions. All right, here you go. Here's number 1.
Okay. If you could have a 1-year supply of any Disney park snack, which snack would you choose?
Okay. I'm going to say the thing that I haven't even had yet. I have never had a Dole Whip.
Oh, wow.
So I think I would like to have a 1-year supply, because certainly at some point I would get to try one.
There you go. What do you think?
Yeah.
You have to have the machine too, and just whenever you want, right?
But ain't the things are made by the Dole?
No,
company?
I think they're just soft serve machines. Yeah, but that's cool. All right, you ready?
I want to melted butter popcorn from Main Street.
Yes, so you just like popcorn.
Nice.
The butter popcorn, right?
I think my alternate choice would be the homemade peanut butter cups, dark chocolate peanut butter cups at on the boardwalk.
Yeah, you remember those.
Oh.
Those are delicious.
All righty,
Okay.
number 12.
If you could live in any Disney park hotel, including a new one that Disney is building, not making the abandoned one that Disney,
Yeah, no abandoned hotels.
well, the one that they did not want to rebuild due
Okay.
to the colony.
This is a very long question.
I was talking about when they were going to build where River Company used
I
to be.
understand.
That was a DC. That was a DVC.
Yes. Are you going to finish the question?
Okay. Or we go for 1 year?
Yes.
What hotel or we go 1 would you choose?
This is very hard. I would. It's going to be a toss-up. I'm going to have to. Maybe can I spend 6 months in one and 6 months in the other? I would say. Well, I love Animal Kingdom because of the animals, and I love the Yacht Club and Beach Club.
I think one of our favorites is Animal Kingdom Lodge. So yeah, that's beautiful.
I love Animal Kingdom Lodge. Yeah.
So is that your choice?
Yeah. But the cat need to keep an eye on the baby animals more often.
Yes, they do.
He can help take care of them.
There you go. All right, number 13.
Wait, you want to hear mine, Gort?
Okay, I'll go back.
Come on,
I
Kevin.
thought I asked you Animal Kingdom and you said yes. So what's your favorite resort? Which one would you live in?
If Disney would reveal Walt and Roy area at
Disneyland?
Yeah. Not the suite that they made.
The suites, that's what you want to stay in? Okay, last time it was the Contemporary. So we're changing?
Yeah, because we're going to Disneyland for my birthday.
Okay. Well, that makes sense. All right. So the suites at Disneyland.
Of course, I'll be near going to Fort American.
You would be. You'd be right next door.
So I'll be going Paul and Hattie.
Oh, gosh, you.
Well, they're favorite.
Yes, they are. Well, I'd imagine. Number 13. Jeez.
Okay.
Come on.
Okay. If you could build any Disney park, attraction, or go. Wait, go?
Yes.
You're going like the skate go,
Yes.
correct?
Yes.
Not the one in the great got stuck.
Okay. Question.
In your backyard today, which Disney park, attraction, or go will you do?
Let's see. Today, my answer would be Rock and Roller Coaster starring Aerosmith with a dollop of Expedition Everest going backwards.
Oh, yeah.
Because there doesn't seem to be any track.
That's right.
Well, there actually is a train track. Not train track, but a roller coaster track inside the building.
Well, yes.
Rock and Roller Coaster.
Of course there is, or else you couldn't ride. I think she's talking about Expedition Everest where the track ends. Yeah, and all the hair bands are, and the bird now.
Yes,
Wait,
I love rock music. So I would combine Rock and Roller Coaster and Expedition Everest. I would combine them and have a Rockin' Yeti.
A Rockin' Yeti for her.
And gonna get the Yeti. We will get an electric car.
Electric guitar Yeti.
And we put some smoke around them. They'll call it Rockin' Yeti.
Instead of Disco Yeti. I get it.
Not cookie with Yakin' Yeti.
Not the Yakin' Yeti. Yakin' Yeti doesn't sound as good when you say it so fast like that. Yeah.
I know.
All right.
I know that's the restaurant.
So that's what you would do?
Yes.
All right. What about you? Haunted Mansion in the backyard with Paul Frees.
Yeah.
Okay. We got it. I knew that was coming.
No.
All right. Number 14.
You've had this conversation.
Once or twice. Number 14.
If you could only visit one could visit Disney Park for the rest of your life, which Disney Park would you do?
Man, you guys, this is hard. Well, if Animal Kingdom was closed, I'd have to say Magic Kingdom.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What about you?
I will coordinate.
Disneyland?
Yeah. Doesn't walk original park.
I know, but we've only been there once. We've been to Disney World like 20-something times.
I
But
think it's gonna be 23 or 20,
yeah,
24
something like that.
or 23. I
Yeah.
think 24.
But you like Disneyland because Walt was there.
Oh.
Yeah.
Remember Mom started crying?
Yes, I know. Bunch of Disney geeks. All right. Ready for number 15? This is the big one. Speaking of Walt.
And Roy.
And, well, how about let's start with Walt?
Okay.
Okay, there you go.
If you could sit down with Walt Disney today and ask him one question, what question will you ask him?
Such a good question. You know what? I think I would ask him for advice or the secret to how can that incredible magic and happiness and joy and love and family and fellowship and friendship that happens in Disney World, Disneyland, in the Disney parks, how can we put some of that into the world?
Right? Spread it beyond the parks, beyond where it is today, right? What do you think? That's a really good one. What are you thinking? You look like you're thinking hard. What are you thinking about?
I'll ask Walt.
What?
Well, my question for Walt and Roy, actually.
Okay.
After Roy, I'm going to talk about Roy's old Disney, Walt's brother.
Right. So what would you ask Walt and Roy?
I'll ask them first nicely. Can I like a hug?
So you'd want a hug first. Okay.
Group hug. It could be a group hug.
Group hug with Roy and Walt. That would be interesting. All right. And?
I'll ask Walt, what do you think of Epcot and what it's going through right now with the upgrade and changes going on?
Okay.
And how will you do with the World Showcase? And what do you think of the scrap project that Disney did when they were building Epcot?
So what would he think of Epcot differently than what he originally thought? So what does he think of their version of Epcot? Okay. What about Roy?
I'll ask Roy, what does he think of the company now?
The company? Yeah.
About what it's going through right now, because we don't know the company,
They're having some challenges, right?
Yeah,
But
there's
they're
a
doing
lot of
pretty
going
good.
on.
Yeah. So you'd ask Roy about the business side. How does he think the company's going?
First, I'll ask Walt again since he made the original movies. What do you think of the new movie that Disney is talking about right now on Disney Plus? And do you think they're going to change the new Mickey Court and reduce them in the old style of his old version of Mickey?
What does he think of the new version of Mickey? Yeah, because Emma's not a fan of the new version of Mickey.
No, not even if they have them on Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. Which is where a great movie ride was.
That's right.
And apparently, the Imagineers was a original mark. You remember the Mary Poppins area part, right? Of the ride? Stacey?
The Mary Poppins part of the Great Movie Ride. Okay.
Apparently, the what? The wind vane that you see at the top.
Yeah.
It's on top of the bar before you exit out of the ride.
Yeah, there was a wind vane at one of the roofs in the Mary Poppins segment, and now it's on top of the barn at the very end of the ride. So they kept that as a feature, right?
But
An Easter egg.
Yeah, like it's still like that Disney plays tribute to Walt
Of course.
and Oswald
And Oswald, yes.
and Irvine. No, wait. Ironwork. No, wait.
Iworks.
Ironwork.
Yeah. You good now?
Why do I get his name mixed up?
I don't know. A lot of people don't know that name. But I think you are done with all of your questions. So you need to do what?
Thank you, Miss Stacey, that we on my go.
Thank you for having me, Emma and Kevin, and hi, Melissa. And thank you guys so much. And thank you for your beautiful spirit, Emma, and putting it into the world. I'm grateful to have spent this time with you, and I look forward to someday giving you a hug in person.
Hope so, huh?
Oh, wait a minute.
What?
I don't know if you went up with the character from last year when they had that rope thing.
Where you couldn't do the actual. Yeah, now you can visit and hug the characters.
It's always like we're like Talking Mickey and put the Talking Kraken.
That's a two ends of a spectrum. The Talking Trash Can and Mickey. Those are the two you want to meet, huh? Talking Mickey.
Yeah.
I guess so. Yeah, you had some great memories with
those are good ones.
Oh, well. Well, thank you again for doing this, taking up your time to do it, and for sharing all the information you did and the fun, right? You've been an inspiration to a lot of people for a lot of different reasons. So thanks for doing it.
Much. Thank you for your time, you guys, and your awesome questions. And thank you to everyone for listening and watching.
All right. We'll see you real soon, right?
Yep.
All right. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.